Hey guys, so I was sitting here thinking, I did the video about the Bilderberg meetings this week, and I also, here a couple months ago, I did the video about talking about scarcity. And the more I get to thinking about it, what if we had a situation with the scarcity where we ran out of fuel or something like that happened, and you were away from home, and then a good friend of mine, he called me up and he asked me a question: how far is too far? Now, what he was talking about was like if there was an EMP blast from another, a nuclear weapon from another country, or a solar flare, like a Carrington event that knocked out the electricity and knocked out all electrical components in like trucks and cars nowadays. Now, just for the record, I don't know, with an EMP blast or a solar flare, what it would actually do to like the electrical components, like the computers and trucks and cars and stuff now. But, just, humor me for a minute. Let's just say for a second that it happened while you're on the road, and, let's say you're anywhere from 5 to 35 miles from home. And how far would be too far to walk home? And like I told him when we were talking about it, it all depends on, the person. Because what's too far for me may not be too far for somebody else to walk. Right now, fuel prices being high, you see it all the time. People running out of gas on the side of the road. All that stuff. How far is too far to walk? Now, I think that the average human being in a 10-hour day should possibly be able to walk, let's just say 25 to 30 miles. That may be too far for some people. I mean, I think that, conservatively, a person should be able to walk if they're healthy, don't have any issues as far as joint problems or any kind of broken bones or anything like that. They should possibly be able to walk conservatively 2 to 3 miles an hour and probably sustain that as long as it's not blazing hot or, blowing snow or something like that. So 10 hours should be able to walk 25 or 30 miles. Some people could probably do more than that. You got those people that run marathons all the time, and they do it damn sight quicker than that. Myself, I personally think I could probably do 2.5 miles an hour easily, and probably maintain that as long as I'm not dying of thirst. It ain't 100 degrees out. I should be able to do that for 10 hours or pretty close. It might take a little bit longer than that. Now, the other thing is, with the economy the way it is, running out of fuel and having to do the same thing, it could go either way. Now, the good news is should be able to walk to a gas station, get fuel, get back to your car, and at least get your car to the gas station as long as you got money. But that was just, something, like I said, a good friend of mine called me up, asked me the question. We kind of chit-chatted about it for a little while, and that's kind of what we come up with. Another thing I was thinking about, we had talked about Luis Elizondo going back to work for the government. Well, it has come out, and I don't know how much truth there is to it. There may not be any truth to it, but it's come out that he's actually contracted to doing contractor work with like the United States Space Force. And if that's the case, that's cool. I mean, the man's got to make a living. And Lord knows UFOs, for the most part, it doesn't pay the bills. So he, if that's where he's at, did he make that move because of what he knows? If you listen to certain interviews that he's done in the past, like interviews that he's done with Dave Scott on Spaced Out Radio, which I suggest, going over there, checking out SOR.com or spacedoutradio.com, going to YouTube and checking out the archives that Dave has. I absolutely suggest it. He does one hell of an interview, and he has a passion for these subjects like none other. And the interviews that he's done with Lou Elizondo, wonderful. And he even asked Luis Elizondo, has Luis Elizondo, the man, seen a gray alien? And Luis said yes. Well, he didn't say yes, but he said, I have seen something, or seen something interesting, or something like that. I can't remember now. It's been over a year ago now that interview happened. Great interview, though. I absolutely suggest going over to spacedoutradio.com, going to the YouTube channel, and checking out, all of Dave Scott's archives. But yeah, so if there's truth to that, and I think Danny Sheehan, his personal lawyer, is the one that actually let it slip out. Which, if that's the case, there's a reason behind it, because Daniel Sheehan does not let stuff slip out accidentally. And also, if that's the case, he's probably actually doing contractor work for other places too. And I guess it's as a consultant of some sort, or an advisor of some sort, with the Space Force as well. So if he's doing that, he's probably doing it with several others, or at least a couple others, to pay the bills. So we may very well see Lou Elizondo again with more information. Personally, I believe that Space Force, it was said that it was meant to, it was said by even President Trump himself when he was in office, like him or hate him. That's not the question here. It was said that it was for, to keep an eye on our adversaries and to have an upper hand. I personally believe that it was more UFOs. Or not UFOs, but alien spacecraft and extraterrestrials. I personally believe that, just like I believe that the disclosure path that we're on now, I think that there was contact made at some point, and that contact give us a time frame. And in order to keep the general population of the world from freaking out, they are starting to do the soft disclosure, so to speak. They're starting to, a little bit at a time, just a morsel here and a morsel there, so that they don't freak out the entire planet, because there's a lot of people that, still worship some sort of entity, whether it be God, Allah, Jehovah, whatever. There's still a lot of people that worship some sort of entity, and a lot of those people do believe that, anything that's alien or whatever is fallen angel. It's a demon, demonic. So you'd have a lot of people freaking out, and I think that's why we're on a time frame. Now, if you listen to like Dr. Stephen Greer, he believes that it is, possibly this false flag, that there's going to be a faked alien invasion to seize control from the governments. Now, I'm not going to sit and say that's not, or for the governments to seize control, complete control over the people. I'm not going to sit and say that's not a possibility, but I just, honestly, I don't see it. I could be wrong. Maybe I am wrong. I don't know. I guess we'll see in the future. But, those are my two thoughts. I was sitting here, it's kind of funny how my head works. I can think about one thing and then 30 seconds later I'm on a completely other topic and then bounce back and forth. That's just how my crazy brain works. But that's my thought for the day, thought for the week. And honestly, I think that our video that we do, this next weekend, that'll come out on Monday, we might go in one of these directions with it. Not 100% sure. I kind of like doing the conspiracy theory videos, so that's kind of where I cut my teeth at. So we'll just have to wait and see. But that's my thought for the day, guys. If you like today's video, give me a thumbs up. Share this with your friends. We're at 70 subscribers now. We hit that 100 mark. I'm looking forward to hitting that 100 mark. 100 subscribers. And I'd like to do it if we can. Let's do it before the 4th of July or by the 4th of July. So share this with your friends. Tell everybody about it. Let's get the subscribers up. Let's have that Ask Me Anything live stream. Ring that bell to get notified every time a new video comes out. I appreciate all the support, guys. And, you don't know how much I appreciate it, but we're still having fun. So do me a favor. Love yourselves. Love each other. Peace out.